Hello, guys. Just thought I'd play some music and let some people get in. Hope you've had a good Christmas. I had a good Christmas. Spent a lot of quality time with the kids, family, especially with the son. He's been lacking a bit of attention lately, especially all this crap lately in Flat Earth. I don't know why I let myself get drawn into it. But aye, it was a good Christmas. Had plenty good food. too much. I was actually glad just to have something normal today instead of meat and potatoes. You have the Boxing Day meal and all that stuff as well. But aye, I've still been watching Flat Earth, still been keeping an eye on stuff. I've watched 2 Dell's Hangouts, Beyond the Imaginary Curve. Hope you had a good Christmas, man. I watched his Hangouts and they're terrible, man. They're terrible. He's got the same lineup, like you see at the bottom of the screen, the same Team Foilet and John. And Team Foilet, he doesn't say much. He just sits there and scans the chip. He moderates, he bans people, he blocks. That's what he does. And John, he's a rambler. He just rambles. He's there for like dead air. So he'll just keep rambling. God, and he went one of the rambles tonight. Fucking hell, man. What was that about veganism? Oh, again, each to their own. Like, I can see the benefits in veganism, especially if you're overweight, need to lose some weight. Veganism's a good choice, but I don't think it's the right diet for me. And the way they try and guilt trip you, like there's loads of benefits to veganism, and there's good ways to communicate veganism to other people. But this aggressive veganism is this shit where they try and put the guilt trip on you where, oh, when you look at your dog, you know it's a sentient being and you know that it's compassion and you know you've got empathy. And it's like, fucking, can say that if you were in a fucking cage with a lion. Say the same thing when it's running towards you, it's going to rip your face off. It's not going to be thinking the same thing. I'll tell you that for a fact. I'm not going to get into veganism. God, I've the amount of meat I've eaten over this past few days. Jeez. Even today. I like meat. It's good. But I'm not going to get in an argument about veganism. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to run down a few things. I'm going to look at all the top brass, as Validation Boy likes to call them. I like to call them the potato crew, or because I've been mainly focused on like Nathan Oakley and Flat Earth and other hot potatoes and that side of things, how they're pushing their disinfo. Rarely they speak about Flat Earth. Nathan Oakley, strange one the other night there, Boxing Day. And Dell begins with his Boxing Day hangout saying, I've been spending time with my family, that's what you're supposed to do. But later on he mentions about 3 times that he was speaking to John yesterday. So that was Christmas Day. He was speaking to John about what they're going to speak about in the hangout. And that's, to me, that's when Flat Earth has taken over your life, guys. And even me, I'll still keep an eye on it. Even I was eating my Christmas dinner and I was getting emails. I'd done a hangout on Christmas Eve. It was late at night on Christmas Eve. So the time I finished, it was like 4 a.m. I was actually waking up my kid. He thought Santa was coming in the house. So I had to like bolt off that hangout. And it was Vancouver, BC that was on the hangout. He was on it for practically 4 hours. He came on with a bad mic from the very beginning. I said to Vancouver, your mic's bad, man. You sound far away. And he's like, that's because I'm in Vancouver. I'm like, no, man, your mic. But I was patient. I put up with it even when he was coming in and out through the whole hangout. Laurie and Martin joined at the end. I was only there for a few minutes because I was getting texts from my missus saying, come to bed again, it's far too late and you're only going to get a few hours sleep. So I stopped the broadcast, but it must have run for another 5-10 minutes. So Laurie and Martin were sitting there and Vancouver was in the bottom corner writing notes because somehow he was muted or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Vancouver and his mic. But you can join a hangout with a crap mic, and then when your mic does eventually cut out, I didn't know if it's because the hangout had another couple of people in it. It was just making it work harder, and I don't know. I don't know, but people couldn't hear Vancouver. I don't know why. But we heard them for 3.5 hours. I gave them a voice for 3.5 hours, and that video, that hangout, had thousands of views. Thousands of views. I had about 1,300 before I took it down. And the reason I took it down because Vancouver, because he thought he got muted or whatever happened, he made a video about me and Laurie. The next day, practically. Like, what the hell? And I gave the guy, he's been away for 3 months, whatever it is. Not many people would really speak to him. And I gave him my channel to voice his opinions. I let him do what, we had a good hangout. I thought it was a good hangout. And he goes and does that. So that's one of the main reasons I deleted that hangout. I didn't see why I should give people a voice and they shit on me. You know what I mean? So simple as that. I'll delete it. I'm not in it for the views. It can help. It probably would have been in 2,000 views by now. But again, if people want to make hit videos of me for no reason at all, I didn't even know why. I'm eating my Christmas dinner, getting emails about it. I mean, it's like, what's Flat Earth become, guys? What has Flat Earth become? And I've seen Glenn's latest videos, and he's like, what was it Glenn was saying? Did Patricia meet Mark? Did Patricia meet Mark? Who fucking cares? Who cares if Patricia met Mark? Who cares? Really? Even if they did, who cares? What does it achieve? Does it prove the Earth's flat? What? Who cares? I didn't see why that's important. You done a bad one, Vancouver, man. I didn't know why. I didn't know why. I don't know. Too much wine, maybe. Still drinking the next day. Don't know. But that was lame, man. And I remember that shit. And anyway, back to the Boxing Day hangout that Beyond the Curve had. It was weird. It was weird. And like I said, I like the social aspects. I like things and why people are in this group mentality and the dynamics and stuff like that. But the way that I felt embarrassed watching it. I was sitting there like before, like things like that would entertain. I'd laugh at it. When mindfulness came on, it was like, I've been working, and it was like, oh, for fuck's sake, here's the sob stories. And it's like, I do feel sorry for people. I do have empathy for these kind of people, but in a way you feel it's like a tactic as well. It was like, feel sorry for me. It's like one of these feel sorry for me tactics. And I just didn't buy it sometimes. It's like you could be having a house party and you've always got that one lassie that bursts out greeting for no reason, and you're like, what are you greeting for? And it's this happened to me when I was younger, and it dulls the whole atmosphere of the party. The music goes lower and everything. It's like, bro, fucking, and it just feels kind of, it's embarrassing. It's cringy. I was sitting there cringing at that hangout. I was like, oh, God's sake, man. Oh, he was talking about like working with depression and suicide and stuff like that. And I think it was getting a bit deep and weird. The whole flat Earth, it makes people feel uncomfortable talking about stuff like that, whether you empathise or not. People go to a hangout for certain reasons, and I'm sure that those kind of subjects are a bit too much for some people. Anyway, mindfulness comes on, and then he's talking about why he made certain videos. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? Videos? What videos? And he's saying he made certain videos, and nobody knows what he was talking about because he didn't really articulate properly the videos that he made and what was in the videos. I knew exactly what videos they were because I'd seen them before. I think I'd seen them before they even got posted. And Mindfulness made those videos that Vancouver posted on his channel, the ones that had Nathan Oakley's mum, the one that had that Nathan Oakley was a electrician and all this stuff and all these personal details. And I was getting this shit forward to me in emails, and I was like, I didn't want this. This is not what I'm about. This is not what my YouTube's about. Okay, I'll go for the channel, like what the content of the channel, what they're talking about and stuff like that. I only start putting photos of where they live and who their mum and dad is, and I thought that was a bit too personal. But anyway, Vancouver, he he thought fuck it, Ken, because he thought Nathan Oakley is that much a scumbag and stuff. Like, he had his own reasons why he posted them on his channel, but it was mindfulness. His videos, he made those videos, but he didn't post them on his channel. It was Vancouver who posted them on his channel. So when Nathan Oakley came on to Beyond the Imaginary Curves hangout, it was like you just seen mindfulness shrink away into a wee dot and just backed. And fucking Nathan Oakley gave me his due, stood up for himself like a man, but he didn't know what videos. I think even that dildo one, the one in the bedroom with the dildos and stuff like that, I think that was maybe mindfulness day. All these weird videos were coming out, and I knew Vancouver never made them because Vancouver could only do the vlogs, the speaking ones, and it takes time to edit stuff together and research. Like who in their right mind would go out their way? Same with this stuff about Antonio. I always gave information about Antonio having kids and stuff like that like months ago, and I was like, I didn't want that shit. It's too personal for me, and I wouldn't want that shit. I wouldn't want people putting pictures of my flat and this is him and my granny and stuff like that on YouTube. That's overstepping the mark. So I said to Vancouver, like, I didn't want any part of that shit. Okay, I'll keep slating the whole charlatan and the flat earth sort of stuff, but I won't go to that level. That was a bit weird. But anyway, I didn't care much wrong with Vancouver. He was one of the people I kind of trusted because he spoke, but he's obviously mixed up, and I can't be bothered with people that are mixed up in the head right now. There's very few people in the flat earth that are actually fucking true, and they're speaking the truth. Like the top names, and I'm going to go through them tonight. I found a site called Social Blade, and you can actually put YouTubers into this thing and find out how much they can earn, their views, subs, things like that. So we'll have a look at it. I've wrote down some of the names, some of the top names, top charlatans, because every one of these people in flat earth are charlatans or disinfo. There's not one of these people that are true. Not one. Not one of them. And they're all the main ones. There's not one of these that you'll be watching one of them for your information for flat earth, and they're all charlatans. Some of them have fell out of favour, like Antonio. So even though he was higher up in the charlatan list, he's kind of fell down that list because he's been. I don't know if that's just staged as well. I wonder if they all just sat round, Nathan, Patricia, Antonio, thought, right, it's getting a bit stale. What we're going to do, what we're going to do for people to speak about this. Maybe Antonio gave himself up to be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy, right? I'll be the one that stirs the shit. We'll start this shit. I'll start this shit with Patricia, and it keeps everyone interested. Maybe it's all a big game, all of it. But anyway, Antonio kind of fell down. I thought Orphan Red was really part of this psyop thing, but she's kind of fell down the ratings as well. And same with Poe, Robin Poe. She's another one that sort of staggered down the ratings. But there's still a good, easy 15 strong top brass charlatans sitting there, going strong, still deceiving. And what are they going to deceive us with next year? What are they going to deceive us with next year? New balloons? Is it the reset? It feels like the reset switch. It does. Even when Vancouver came back with this stuff, it felt like it's starting again. It's like fucking Groundhog Day. Boom. Anyway, guys, I hope you've had a good Christmas. I've been on a Netflix. I found a series called Black Mirror. Really good, guys. I really recommend Black Mirror. It's like a modern Twilight Zone. Really good, really psychological, twisty, and really relevant to today. Like there's loads of social media in it. And what we're doing right now, these hangouts are kind of in it, like taking over people's lives. It's amazing. It's amazing. I would highly recommend it. I sat and watched them all. Anyway, I'm going to check chat, see who's in. Hope you're having a good night anyway. Let's see who's in. Delise, the tomfoolery of the International Space Station. Muscle car rock lover. What are they saying anyway? Tomfoolery. All right, muscle car rock lover. You're all weirdigans. What a childish word that is, weirdigans. I think the only person I've heard say that word weirdigans is a child. I'm not sure if it's a Scottish word or a British word. Weirdigans. It's the same when he said, what was the other? Derpy. Del said in one of his earlier videos, derpy, and I was like, derpy? God, I didn't even know what that word meant until my son said it, and he's 7-year-old. Right. Happy Hogmanay, says Jordan Rains. How you doing, pal? Happy Hogmanay, mate. Delise, meat for the win, I say. Muscle car rock lover, you're all weirdigans. Tomfoolery. I'm like 80% veg. It just makes me feel better eating veg. When I do eat meat, I make sure it's quality. Well, that's the issue, really. The same goes with fruit and veg. Again, you can eat good meat. Again, good chicken, good red meat, good. You can eat good meat, and you can eat good vegetables, and you can eat bad vegetables. And most, like you're seeing nowadays, that a lot of these vegetables are genetically modified, or they've got these certain pesticides on them, and you find that a lot of these vegetables are just as bad as the processed meat. So I suppose it's a good balance of good meat and good vegetables. Just a good balance all in. Happy Festivus, says Tomfoolery. Nathan is interesting in his own creepy ass way. He has this devilish side. Tomfoolery of the International Space Stage. He comments on JLB channel a lot, and it's mostly positive, which I find strange. Muscle car rock lover. Vancouver, his brains was dynamite. He wouldn't have enough to blow his hat off. Delise, agreed. Muscle car rock lover. Who gives a fuck? He is like a potatoes drama agent. He is defo a weirdigan. Delise, dildos. Lol. Delise, who? Oh, there was a video that came out, and it was meant to be Nathan Oak's bedroom, and it looked over at the bedside cabinets, and it was just like a fucking ornamental display dildos. Strange, but like I said, Vancouver never made those videos. It was Mindfulness that made those videos and passed them on to, and that's a good way to stay in their books as well. It's sneaky. It's sneaky. Muscle car rock lover, the drama that Vancouver created about Pat. You could find all that info in 5 minutes. He just steered everyone one way Pat wanted. Delise, I've been staying away from FE, except for Jed, VB, and Jeff Stewart. Thanks, Delise. That's a nice compliment. The Tomfoolery says, Antonio's overhanging with the free chan lately. He is there right now. He seems to have drawn the crowd. Ooh. Muscle car rock lover. Yes, I've had a look also, Jed. No money earned. Someone must be paying their wages. Boom, you are 100% correct that Antonio is the delegated bad guy. Well, that's what I think, guys. I think that they've all agreed that this circle that they had was too cozy. They needed someone to step up and be the bad guy. And because I think Patricia and Antonio were never really into each other in the first place, it was easy for Antonio to say, go away. Again, maybe she was never gonna stay. Maybe her visa, I don't know. Maybe her visa was just up. Black Mirror, nice. I just found it on Cody. I'll be watching it. Definitely recommended, Delise. Brilliant. Tomfoolery, someone will channel the Atlanteans in the next puddle. Charge 70 an hour so you can talk to them. Delise, Jed, you should try Cody. It's a free Netflix. Cool. Found it last week. Muscle car rock lover. I got Cody. I will check it out. Cody is awesome. Lee, Happy New Year, weirdigans. Delise, what the fuck? Lol, Nathan's wife needs dildos. Lol, lol, lol. Or maybe Nathan does. Haha. Our sweetheart. Hi, all. Hello, our sweetheart. How you doing? Hope you had a good Christmas. I seen your latest video. What was it? New Year resolutions. Quite funny, actually. Quite funny. You're quite a good wee video maker there. Anyway, right, back to this whole top brass. We're going to have a look at them on Social Blade. And like I said, this is a website where you can check out YouTube stats. And who will we begin with? I think top of my list of flat earth charlatans of 2016 will be, yes, it is Mark Sargent. The man who thinks the world or universe is a computer game. And Mark Sargent likes to use film analogies. Like every time you hear Mark Sargent, and Mark Sargent has recently been with Patricia Steer in every hangout, I think. It's like every hangout, he's there now. But Mark Sargent was one of the first people I started listening to, and I thought his clues was a good one. It was a good one. But then I watched it over again and I found there was wee discrepancies, like the Operation Fishbowl. He says that they sent nukes up to try and blow up the atmosphere with Operation Fishbowl, and really it was TNT. I checked it up. It was TNT. So it wasn't nuclear bombs that they sent up. So that was a lie to begin with, and that was one of his first clues. So that was then after a while I started listening to his ramblings about holographic stuff, and it's just garbage. It's just garbage. So Mark Sargent comes in at number one. It was hard. It was hard between him and Eric DeBay. He seems harmless enough though, Mark Sargent. He doesn't seem like he's got anything too sinister going on. We can see here he's a C+, which my channel is a C+. So he doesn't have that big an impact at all on YouTube. This is maybe why he's trying to get back into the scene. You can see here, his estimated yearly earnings is 4.4 grand, 274 to 4.4. Monthly earnings is 23 quid to 365 quid, which is nothing, guys, really. On the larger scale, I don't know if this is how recent these are, these stats, how recent they get updated. But this isn't a lot of money. Tells you the uploads, 418 uploads, 27,000 subs. His video views, and he's a C+. I'm a C+, guys. I checked out my stats. Right. Anyway, Mark Sargent hits the top. Next one, Eric DeBay. See what his shit's all about. He's a 34-year-old American living in Thailand, where he teaches yoga. So he's got a B grade here, DeBay. 140 to 2.2 grand a month, which is not bad at all, actually. It's if you got the higher end of that, that's a no bad wee wage there he's got for YouTube anyway. Yearly earnings 26.8 grand. He's a B grade. 73,000 subs. The reason I think Eric DeBay's a shill because he's I think he's anti-Semitic for starters, which it's not a good, if you had any brains at all and you knew you were one of the main voices within the Flat Earth movement, you would stick to all the great stuff he's produced for Flat Earth. Why go on a tangent about Jews Why go on a tangent about veganism? If he stuck to the main subject, he'd be one of the best. But he proved to be a charlatan by mixing bullshit in with getting good stuff. So to me, he's just another. And I think most of his work, anyway, Eric Dubay, has been plagiarized by what's his name? Oh, what was his name? Paradox was his fucking name in the books. Is it Robert or something? Anyway, he comes into number 2, the old Eric Dubay boy. Number 3, we'll have a look at Jeranism. Hi guys, Jeranism here. Hey guys, Jeranism. Jeranism isn't as good as Eric Dubay, his buddy. He's a B minus. Yearly earnings 12.9. It's not the biggest, but I suppose I don't know if he gets a wee cut for Globebusters. Not sure what they do, how much they make. But Jeranism, he was another guy that when I first got into the whole flat earth scene, he was one of the guys I respected. I listened to a lot of his stuff. I liked his breakdowns of NASA. I liked how he dismantled photographic evidence, videos, stuff like that. It was good. It was good stuff. But then he was the same. He had to bring like this these kids. Is it Herefordshire or Hertfordshire, or wherever they came from? I'm not sure. But this video, even if it was true, was and it was hard to get the proof. I tried to follow up because I got angry about that video. I posted it on Facebook. I was really annoyed about what was going on there. But then I started. The more I dug into it, there was interviews with the mother's boyfriend, not the father. The father was a weirdo. There was an interview with him, but there was an interview with the boyfriend. He was just as fucking freaky, and I was like, oh my god, this could be just a big. Oh, but anyway, the rumors of Bitcoin scams with Jeranism as well. There's quite a lot of evidence that he could be involved with stuff like that if he just followed the trail. But he makes it in at number 3. Don't know much about this dude. What I do know, he pushes religion heavily. He's a B minus grade. 796, 12.7. But there's another one where he's probably got some good material, good content in his videos, but then they push another thing heavily. You just feel there's another agenda behind this guy. I think this is one of the big players, secretly. Old Rob Skiba. Not much to say about him, never been a big fan, but he is one of them. Here's another dude who I used to watch, but I realised one day, the fuck, this guy's pushing silver and all the rest of that bullshit. This guy's got 30,000 subs. And he's a flat earther. He was when I was watching him to begin with. Same as me, a C+. 175 to 2.8 grand a year, which isn't very much. But he's another one that works in the old fear-mongering. He's quite a fear-mongery type of guy. His whole setup is weird. But you can just tell it's just another one of these sort of charlatan-y fucking... They all become fake at the end. I remember watching Russian vids and who's the Australian guy? Then they start mixing bullshit. They start saying that like Bill Hicks is Alex Jones and fucking who's Kennedy and who was the other president? They're the same people. He was never assassinated, and they just mix bullshit in with it. And this is another guy that does similar stuff. He's a similar sort of bullshitter. Pleasant enough guy, like I said, pleasant enough guy, but I just think he's a charlatan because he's not telling the truth. Right. Another big one. Another big power hitter. Mr. Powerland. NASA channel. 24,000 subs this guy's got. Nearly 5 million views. He's a C+. 255 to 4.1k. And this guy's an actor, artist, entertainer. He's got charisma. He's got something that he drawn me into it. He drawn me in it for the entertainment side of it. He caught my attention. And then guys like Jeranism and Eric Dubay got me into Mark Sargent, got me into the proper stats. I wouldn't call them facts. I'll call them stats. A flat Earth. Or claims. Flat Earth claims. Anyway, this guy, he must be a part of a Masonic club of some sorts. Some of his other videos have just been weird. I'm sure I even heard him doing a mock thing. That there's a video actually kicking about with this guy, and it's meant to be an interview with the puppeteers of Stephen Hawking. If you type into YouTube, guys, like the puppeteer of Stephen Hawking, something like that, it's got Math Powerland interviewing these guys who claim to puppeteer Stephen Hawking. They claim that they program, they put the words in, they just keep him drugged up. They claimed that Stephen Hawking actually jumped up and ran across the room at one time, and they had to like tackle him and then drag him into his chair and sedate him. And this Math Powerland was the interviewer, and it was just so surreal. And it was just, he's a surreal guy. He's a surreal subject. He knows, and like he said, what was his t-shirts? Photo or painting, and he knows it's neither. It's neither. It's a composite. It's not a photo or a painting. It's a composite. He's put he's put the false dichotomy on the t-shirt. Photo or painting, when it's neither. So this guy is just another fucking shill, as we like to call them nowadays. There's not many words for them. Charlatan. Like you can see here, guys, the numbers, the money is quite low. So it's no for money for these guys. It's to stay relevant, to keep in the scene, to keep their faces recognized. And these people, they were actors before, and they're still actors now. They just want to stay relevant. He's probably never worked for NASA, the guy. He's a brilliant artist. There's no doubt this guy is a brilliant artist, he's obviously a clever individual. But this motherfucker knows Earth's no flat. He knows it. He knows it. Who's next? Boom. Let me have a look at you, Bob. Where's Globebusters? You must be in here, Globebusters, man. Capitals. Holy shit, Globebusters aren't even here. They must be here. What could the other name be for Globebusters? It is Globebusters, eh? Anyway, Globebusters and Bob aren't there. But they fall in at number 7. Bob likes to consistently fail experiments and not provide any proof of his experiments. He likes to pretend people forget and have got short memories. He likes to actually keep changing the subject week by week to keep you confused. One week he'll talk about pyramids flying out of fucking stars flying out of pyramids. The next week is talk about holographic universe. At the same time, you've still never got any results for that balloon. Remember that night where he was laughing when all the money was coming in? Ha 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 ha! Remember that night? Fucking short memory, guys, if you didn't remember that night. Anyway, I'll have a wee look at chat. See who's in. Who's in? Richard Clark's in the house now. Laurie Gale's in. Timmy is. How are you doing? Hope you had a good Christmas, everyone. Since Camillo. Once I was watching Gene do a test of Moonlight and he tested the temp of his fridge. It was filled with the grossest food ever. Don't know how that guy is still alive. Tom Fleury, lol. Of course the compass is going to act weird if you're closer to the geographic pole than the magnetic pole, says Timaeus. Laura Gale, good evening, friends. Muscle Car Rock Lover, PK Truth. Nah, PK Truth, he's another actor. He's another fucking actor. He was actually in the film with Nicolas Cage. That PK Truth guy, he's another one I did used to listen to. It wasn't him. Jungle Surfer, he's another one. He calls everyone a tranny. But he was another guy that I actually used to listen to, along with Russian vids, and every one of them are shells. Every one of them are charlatans. Tony Danzar, check greasy potatoes. Laura Gale, hey Vince, hey Delise. Right. Flat Earth British filtered. I'm classed as a spud, guys. Hey all. Well, Marin, you're bordering on being on the list, but I'm not sure if you even qualify. I think you could even go in that sort of... I'm not sure if you qualify, Marin, even though I do think you're mixing with the wrong people. I like David Weiss, says Richard Clark. Holy shit, David Weiss. I forgot that guy. Totally forgot him. And do you know what? There's a reason why I forget him, because he's not that involved. He is a big flat earther, but I don't see him that much. Osman just sniped the free chan hangout. Goodbye, Antonio. Lol. Nice one, Tim. Nice one, Tim. Good boy. See, Tim? Tim's a good guy. Everyone knows Tim's a good guy. Right. Tony Danza. Notice how Doomweaver has distanced himself from hot potatoes. Yep. That's why I think Doomweaver or Robert Shortman, he could be legitimate. He could be a legitimate flat earther, and he's realised what the fuck, and he wants to go his own way. And I commend him for that. Oh, we've got Pillbox here. Yes, he did. Timmy and Negator got destroyed. Richard Clark. Plus, the dampness of the dungeon hurts my back. Since Camillo, is it true Patty got work done on her face? She looks different this past show. Sweetheart. Ha ha, Richard. Laurie Gale. It looks it, son. Tony Danza. These potatoes are on the wrong track. Richard Clark. Tony, that is good. Right, I'll get back to my top. Where was I? Number 7 Globebusters. They weren't there. Let's see. Who comes in next? Oh, we can't forget the Mongol. Oh, man. Pardon me, guys. The Morgile. This dude. Oh, it's like beating your head against a wall just listening to him. Never mind the information he dishes out. Just listening to this guy, you just want to beat your head against the wall. You just want to beat yourself to death. He seems he could have been smart at one point. I remember John John Constantinople, or whatever his name is. It's like one of his Greek names. He was hanging around with Globebusters a while back, but they dissed him. They kicked him out, man. They kicked him out because he didn't like Math Powerland's gay acting. So they kicked John. But now he's back because he's relevant again somehow. Didn't know how, but he's relevant again. I remember somebody making a video about John as well, John Morgile, or John the Morgile, what fucking wants to call himself. But I remember someone made a video about him, and it was about getting change out the back of your sofa. If you got any spare change in the back of your sofa, man, just put it in an envelope and send it to the John Morgile, please. If you're gonna give your kids any pocket money, just forget about them just for that 1 week. Just send that $5 straight to me, please. People like that beg for money, man. You just right away you're like, fuck, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. Shell. Right. So he's a C plus as well. Nothing. What is it he makes? 100. Look at $15 to 273. Yeah, it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm not sure what they're getting now with these ads. They'll probably get more money nowadays with this new ad thing that's happening. Anyway. Aye, so he comes in at number 8. The Morgile comes in at number 8 for 2016 top brass charlatan. Well done, John. Right. Next one. Boom. How could we forget the lovely Patricia Steere? Look at that face squished in that helmet. Just want to get a big kiss. Especially the big overinflated lips. Mwah! Right. C plus. Same grade as me. Again. Same impact. Quite low earnings as well. £7 to £105 a month. Yearly, £79 to 1.3. This is really low. Really low. $10,000 subs. Well, I couldn't know do a list without Flat Earth, and the reason why Patricia falls in here, she seems a nice enough lady, but after all this drama, after all this crap she's brought into Flat Earth, piss drinking, new age kind of ideologies, which are bordering on satanic. She jumped with a guy that was practically destroying anybody who believed in any religions. It was too much for people, and it just showed it wasn't about Flat Earth for Patricia. It was about other things. Like I said, she seems a nice enough lady. She's never said anything too bad to me, but the first time she communicated with me, she sent me just one message, and it said, "Dead skeptic media." Dead skeptic media. I actually screen grabbed it, so I put it in a video, one of my early videos. So anyway, she falls in at number 9. It's not too high, actually. It's not too high, Patricia, so don't feel too bad. You might be higher next year. You could be number 3 or 4 next year. Never know. You might get with Mark Sargent. Marry Mark Sargent. You might be number 2. Right. Next. We have the lovely, charming, devilishly good looking Nathan Oakley. Who comes in at a C plus as well. So the highest ranking one so far has been Journalism and Eric Dubay on the Social Blade with B and B minus, I think it was. We have Nathan Oakley here. It claims that he makes up to £5 to £84 a month, which I don't know where these figures come from. Nathan will probably tell you he gets a lot more. Yearly earnings, 1,000. It's quite low, guys. It's pretty damn low. I'm not so sure about these figures, these numbers. I know it says estimate. So for starters, estimated. But Nathan Oakley, like I said, I quite liked Nathan to begin with. I liked Nathan to begin with. I thought, like Mindfulness said the other night, I thought he was a nice, clean-cut person to present a genuine argument for Flat Earth. If you wanted anyone to walk up to a politician in the street, Nathan Oakley fit that. He fit that profile where he seemed professional, well-spoken, and well articulated. He seemed educated, and he seemed like a good guy to lead the way in the British scene. But he got himself involved with all this nonsense with Antonio and devils and fucking all sorts. He just made a complete mess of Flat Earth for the British side of things. And for the Americans, because they kind of merged together with Flat Earth and other hot potatoes, these channels. But he comes in, it's number 10, Nathan Oakley, which is pretty low, Nathan, but you are still a charlatan, because Flat Earth isn't true. I don't think there's enough evidence for you to say Flat Earth is true. So to me, you're lying. And there's other motivations. Nathan Oakley's obviously got his tech channels and stuff like that, so he was in it for other things as well. Nathan Oakley knew that Flat Earth was. He knew that Flat Earth was I actually heard Nathan Oakley saying he didn't know the moon landings were fake until he was in Flat Earth. That tells you something. Just how far behind he was in the conspirator world. If he still believed in the moon landings before he even looked in it again. Oh my God, man. So, aye, Nathan Oakley, 1980. Well done, mate. Maybe you'll get higher next year. Right, number 11 is not so charming, Hispanic, Antonio Subirats. Oh, it's Antonio Subirats. Oh, look, a C plus. Oh, look what we've got here. Oh. So, lately, Antonio's probably kicked his ratings up with his drama he's caused lately. He's getting a lot of views. I've noticed that. Like Nathan Oakley says, again, no news is bad news. Again, so they like bad news even if it's kind of because it generates attention. So Antonio Subirats, he just went on a mission. Each hangout, he went on a mission to destroy ideologies. He went out to offend people, deliberately offend them. He knew, because Antonio, he's not a stupid guy either. Antonio was stupid. He knew it was calculated when he went out and like bashed religion, or he went out and told people to drink piss in the shower and be brave and stuff like that. He was sniggering under his breath. So Antonio Subirats falls in at number 11 on the list. His subscriber rank, video rank, same again, very low. But I think these numbers could change with all these adverts that they're now putting on these hangouts. So, well done, Antonio, wear a wee red hoodie. Right, here's another guy. This guy. See this guy? Look at 17,000 subs this guy's got. He was doing it he was trying to do this experiment in the Bedford level, and it was a total failure. They couldn't even get down level in the water. That's the whole point. Level being 6-7 foot off the water is obviously got to give you a further view. That was a failure in general. But anyway, this guy, he's a proponent of drinking your own piss. He likes to drink piss. And I even heard Dave Murphy claim that if you chop off a finger or a limb and rub piss on it, it'll grow back. This is what this guy believes. So he got a lot of credit when he was seen on this so-called Macedonian fucking chat show. He's sitting there telling the world's flat, and even the presenter wasn't even Macedonian. Maybe it was just a big scam, that. But he's quite high up there. I couldn't leave him out. Aye, Murphy, D Murphy, also known as Allegedly Dave. Okay. Can't leave out Freechan. Freechan. Light. This is your new home. Freechan. No subscribers. I was actually subscribed to this channel, and I went on here and looked at it, and I had no subscribers. Like, what? C+. Minus, was that minus 70 or 70 subs last 30 days? 60.94 quid. See, there's no monetary value to this channel at all. It says it's got no subs. It's this Freechan Light. All these channels, all these 24-hour debate channels. Come on, guys. These must be psyop channels. These must be gathering something. There has to be a motivation behind something like this. A 24-hour channel, multiple 24-hour channels, and they all seem to be linked together. They all seem to be linked together by this Andrea Cenci character, or Senchi, or Sensi. And there's something really fishy, something really stinks about these channels. And although there's quite a lot of people on Freechan Light that go on it that I like, I've got nothing against the people. But just how these channels formed, it wasn't organic. There was something behind them all. And they all sort of pretend they've split up, like debates and Freechan, but they have these night bots. If you notice in the debate channel, it has a night bot, and it collects everybody's statement. If you make a statement in Andrea Cenci's debate channel, the night bot records your statement and it repeats it in the chat. It repeats it with your name beside it. So if you say something like Nathan Oakley is a prick in the chat, you could go back a week later and say, "Hey guys," in the chat, and the Nightbot will say Nathan Oakley is a prick with Jed like beside it. So this thing is gathering what you're saying, right? Then you go over to Freechan, and the thing's in the channel as well. And the first time I ever seen Nightbot, this fucking thing, this bot, was on Globebusters. That was the first time I seen it. Was in Globebusters. So this is some kind of operation or something, guys. It's not just an innocent person doing a channel for 24 hours. There's more to these fucking channels than that. There is. No subscribers, I write. So that leads me up to the old Andrea Cenci. Is he here? Maybe he's deleted his channel. He's a bit of an enigma. Andrea Cenci. I doubt this is him. No. This isn't Andrea Cenci. But Andrea Cenci, he's definitely one that seems to be. I've heard rumors. This is just speculation and rumors, guys. Right? I've heard that Andrea Cenci is like the son of a guy in Italy. It's like Gore. Well, no, Gore. Was it Al Gore? Not Trump. Like a sort of Al Gore or a Trump sort of figure, like an Italian Trump or an Italian Al Gore. Not sure, but he's meant to be like the son of one of these Italian politicians. Quite mysterious character. I've spoke to him a couple of times, and he seems to think that freedom of speech is alright in his channels, even with kids on it. And I don't agree with it. I think you have to draw a line somewhere. So I think Andrea Cenci falls into this shill group. He's connected to all these free chan channels, these debate channels, anything like that. These 24-hour channels, even these ones that aren't even involved with flat Earth, like I think even Earth debates, and fucking these other ones, they're all connected. They're all connected. Anyway, guys, I'll have a wee look at flat Earth, the chat and flash. Let's see what's going on. Who's all in? 40 watching. Right. We have Martin in the house. We have Tim Osman, Kettle Logic. We have D-Truth. We have Music Man. PewDiePie. Aye, I've seen PewDiePie. I looked at his earlier. What was it? He was like a A++. I think it was like 20 million a year. Is this list everyone Jed knows? We could be here sometime. I'll put the kettle on, says D-Truth. Kettle Logic. The community is the point. Richard Clark, Vinny Yip, Tony Danza, Robert, you've been quiet recently. Kettle Logic. Jed, if you want the truth, let me know and I'll come on and tell you. Otherwise, watch the conjecture. And you don't get it. I have been here since the start. Flat Earth British filtered. Good point about Senchi. Now, who is he? I think Tiger Dan is still here in FE. Richard Clark. I've heard a few rumours about Chenchi being maybe somebody else. Like somebody we know, and they're just kidding on. Timaeus, no, it doesn't. Tomfoolery. It's like the 24-hour church. Timaeus, you have to tell it to quote your statement. Earth Sweetheart. Tony, who's Robert? Tony Danza, Robert Shortman. Music Man. Hey, Tom, I see House still hasn't answered you. Flat Earth British filtered. Chris, hi, mate. Timaeus, you start a comment with a quote and it will add it. Lol, Richard. Right, no, there are about 650 quotes on the bot. Doomweaver is Robert. Right, so we've got Pillbox, Kettle Logic. This is going to be painful. You can't know the history, says Tim. Timaeus, I made probably 20 or so quotes. Music Man, aye, well, you had the number, Tom. Timaeus, Ute, who spent all day, one day, making like 200. MG42 Pillbox. Jed, let's have a nice chat. Send me the link. Aye, right, Pillbox. I've seen you in every debate channel. Kettle Logic, I do though. Tomfoolery. It was strange how Nathan was defended Haunted House. I'm surprised he supported him, talking to his mom like that, when Patricia was supposedly raped by Antonio. This is another thing. Raped can that's a strong word to use within this, especially when they say that. What was it? Because Antonio had sex and promised to marry Patricia, that's seen as rape in some states. So in some states, if you're not married, if you promise to marry somebody, have sex with them, then don't marry them, that's seen as rape. What the hell? What law is that? What law is that? So this is where the rape thing came from. And it's just total bullshit again. It's just to make everyone look stupid, guys. It is. Sensei is a nutball, says Laurie. Oh, sweetheart. Yes, Sensi is crazy. Shut up, pillbox. It's a solo hangout tonight. Music man. PewDiePie earns 500 grand a month. D Truth. Jed, why are you so antisocial? Our sweetheart, lol, Laurie, Kettle Laurie, you will let Jed know I can come on and explain the gist of the history. Tony Danza, Martin, tell the story about all day, all night, with you referenced by Antonio. Pillbox, Laurie, shh. Is that some special label, Pillboxes, Laurie? Our sweetheart, hey Rob, D Truth, laugh my ass off. Martin says, if you lead them alone, it is, I know. Delise, Pillbox, do you find yourself purposely not clicking on anything that goes against Flat Earth? Pillbox, yes, does Laurie. Rob, yo trace, Ketologic, consensual is consensual. Star Gods, Patricia lies and lies. Pillbox, no Delise, I specifically look for anti-flat earth information. Ketologic, amongst adults that is. Pillbox, good question Delise. Ketologic, Star Gods, what's up with Buddy Osman here? Muscle Car Rocklord, Patricia had Omni as a toy boy years ago, I hear. Delise, you've never done it. Pillbox, Delise, haven't I done? Rob S, Jed's monotone reading is making me sleepy. Sorry, guys, sorry. I do find myself doing that sometimes because I'm trying to read it quick. I'm like a fucking robot. Right, anyway. I will have a look at PewDiePie. Just for an example. So, guys, this is a guy called PewDiePie. He has 3,000 uploads, 51 million subs, 14 billion. Is that billion? Is that 14 billion video views? Jesus Christ. Anyway, this guy, he's got a new, this guy's got a moustache like this, and he gets this many views. For fuck's sake, what's the world coming to? Right, he's A++, he's ranked 4th. His video rank is 1st. His Social Blade is 6th. And this guy earns up to 10.4 million, 650 grand to 10.4 million a year. He does computer games, I think. This dude. So that tells you A++. Have a look at me. Holy shit. When did I get a D minus? That's bullshit. Timmy, what have you done? I was looking at this today. I'll show you guys. That's crazy. Must change pretty quickly. Right, I'll screen share this. I took this today. Let's see. The fuck? Right. And there it is there. It was me earlier. The fuck's happened? I was a C plus. I was a C plus earlier. What the fuck's happened? Then a D minus. Jesus, man, you could have just given me like a D plus or a C minus. Oh, dearie me. See? Right. So we've had a look at all the top charlatans in the flat Earth. There's a few special mentions I never sort of let on to because they're not exactly flat earthers, but there's Lord Stephen Christ. There's a quasi luminous. There's a few crackpots like that kicking about. They're not exactly flat earthers, but they've got a few subs. Beyond the imaginary curve, I'll need to go back to that. How is this guy getting so many views? He read at the top 10 proofs of a globe, and they know that number one, the photographs. They knew that the photographs. I don't even agree with the photographs because they're not photographs; they're composites. But the shadow on the moon with the lunar eclipse, to me, that's one of the biggest ones. And he'll just ignore a curved shadow on the moon. That's not enough proof for beyond the imaginary curve for the ball could be a sphere. He'll just totally ignore that. He'll totally ignore that. I've got a mate. He was at the Emirates lately. Well, I think it was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. And the moon was a crescent moon at the time. And the top of the crescent was about 1 o'clock, and the bottom of the crescent was probably about 7 o'clock. So it was like from where I was looking. And he says where he was in the Emirates, it looked like bull horns. So that just shows you, like, we're looking at the same moon, but because of the ball, it's given us a different angle. And same with they brought up Orion being upside down in Australia, and I've seen that as well. I've seen time lapse, and Orion's been totally different, and the stars rotate different in both different hemispheres. You can't see the northern star for Australia. So, but these guys, when they look at these things, it's they'll laugh about the top 10 proofs of a globe, but they won't produce the top 10 facts for what they believe in, because they don't believe in anything, which is fucking pointless. Went on to veganism, which to me, as soon as you start mixing veganism with flat Earth, I start shutting down. I do. I honestly do. Because like I said, I don't mind veganism. It's a life choice, things like that. But you get these people pushing it and using emotional stuff to try and convince you, like Dubé's slaughterhouse videos or Beyond the Curves Hangout Tonight, where the guy nearly burst out crying. That Johnny was like, I look at my dog and it was like, oh my God. And it's like, he compared looking at your dog as looking at a sheep or a cow, or there's different levels of, like, what you need to understand is that the reason why there's so many cows and so many chickens and so many sheep is because we eat them. See if we ate lions and tigers and fucking all these things that are going to be extinct. If we ate them, they probably wouldn't be going extinct. We'd be farming them. It's weird. But he says, oh, when you look at the dog and you look at it, and it's, it's a sentient being, Try using that shit on a lion in a cage, or not even a lion in a cage, a lion in the wild. Think about sentient being when that lion is charging towards you and it's going to wrap its fucking muzzle around your face and suffocate you. Um, Another thing about the hangout with mindfulness on Boxing Day on Beyond the Curves channel was Martin. Martin, man, I'm just so that hangout was so cringy, man. It's it got beyond entertaining. I wasn't entertained anymore. I was more like, what am I involved with? These people are saying my names in videos and stuff like that, and I'm actually getting embarrassed now. The cringiness, it was more like a Jerry McKyle show or a Jerry Springer show. Like, I like drama, but when it comes to this stuff, where I've worked with depressed people and stuff. It's like, oh, they're just pulling that sympathy fucking thing. I can't buy it, guys. I can't, because I've seen it used before. I've seen people using this shit before. When really mindfulness was the guy that made all those videos talking about Nathan Oakley's mum, talking about where he lived, that he was an electrician, all these creepy like facts, like personal stuff that you shouldn't really know. And he was the one making videos about that, but then he tries to pull the old sympathy card. I'm not buying that shit. And Nathan Oakley came on pretty charged. But then Martin was like waving the flag. He's like, fucking yeah, yeah. You're my hero, Martin. What was it? You're my hero, Nathan. You're my hero. I was like, oh my God. Oh, Martin, man, shut the fuck up. Oh, God. It was just so cringy. And then at the end, Nathan goes, right, I apologise. I know that sometimes the things that I say to Mickey Mouse characters can be offensive and it's taken out of context, but it's just a tool and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry and blah, blah. And then it all come into, I'm so glad I just saw the truth there, Nathan. I just saw the truth there. You're the man. You're the It's just what to rip my fucking face off. And then again, it was just it just made me feel a bit sick. A little bit sick in my mouth. I was like, oh, fucking hell, man. It was just, and it sickened me for a while. It actually sickened me. It sickened me, Flat Earth. I thought, is it rolled up to this? Is this what's came down to? Is this what Flat Earth has come down to? This shite that we're sitting watching for 4 hours. Shows your claim, Ken. Shows your claim. It doesn't matter about the sky. It doesn't matter about anything else. Just show me your claim. Fucking hell, man. Ken, it's like you can't say anything to these people because they've got an excuse for it, for everything. It's like they want to look at the sky because that's not their reality. Well, do you know what? If I was in an aeroplane, right? Just say I appeared on an airplane. Ping! I was sitting in a chair on an airplane. I was like, how the fuck did I get here? The first thing I would do is go to the window of the plane, look out to find out if I was in the air or on the ground or where the fuck I was. Until I looked at that window, I wouldn't know. So I had to observe more of my reality to know where the fuck I am. Like, if you don't take in your full range of reality, including rotating stars, and the reason they're rotating is because the Earth's rotating. And the reason they go different, they go anti-clockwise and they go clockwise in the south is because it's spherical. Simple as that. Simple as that. Flat Earth, I thought Flat Earth at the end of 2016 would have produced at least some kind of working model to back up what they're saying. And Dell seems to believe that they didn't need it. But all the top guys know they need it. That's why they've been working on them. That's why Bob's been working on a map way. But like I said before, I don't think that's Cammie's map. I think that's Bob's map, and he's pushing it through her. So when it gets pulled apart, he comes out smelling roses. Cammie doesn't know much, I don't think, about that map. She's maybe been looking at certain aspects of it, but I think it's all Bob's, really, when it comes down to it. Aye, so these hangouts that Beyond the Curves having, man, and they talk about shit. If you've been in the conspiracy theories and this scene for a while, you've heard all this shit before. You've heard it all before. It's almost becoming cliche. They're using lines that have been repeated so many times. I don't know, guys. I've not got good hope for Flat Earth in 2017, and I haven't. I've not got hope for it. There's no new faces coming through. A couple tried to emerge, but they sort of disappeared. Robert Shortman was an alright candidate. If he did go to the Antarctic, he seemed quite legitimate as well, quite professional, well spoken, nice guy as well. He seemed a nice guy. But when you're mixing with these characters, it just, like I said, you fly with the crows, you get shot with the crows, and people say, "Oh, well, you think just because I hang around with them that I'm the same as them?" Well, aye, I do. Like if I seen one of my mates hanging about with a bunch of paedophiles, I'd be like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" Uh, Whatever. You know what I mean? It's like you do sort of base people's associates as well on their person as well. It's just one of these things. Who you associate with. You need to be careful who you associate with because you will be judged. As simple as that. It's just human nature. Right. Gotta look at chat. See who's in. So Vancouver no showed up. Malov Cocktails in the house. Hey Laurie, Victoria, sweetheart, Delise, Richard, and all you beautiful people. Sweetheart, cool Martin, Rob S. Oh, cool. No one. Swing by there. Pretty cool. Okay. Since Camillo, she drinks a whiskey pish. He drinks a vodka pish. She drinks a lager pish. He drinks cider pish. She's singing songs that remind of the good times. Singing songs that remind of the best times. Park life. Lol, yo, Jovan, says Timmy. My love cocktail. Blessings, Jed, and everyone. Y'all keep what you are doing. Victoria Sarton. Lol. Laurie Gill, I would kick them out, Jovan. Thanks, my love. You too, says Martin. Dr. Zach is trying to fool everyone with CGI animations. Only guys like Pillbox fall for that crap. Kettle Logic, Kami is a useful vegetable. Jordan Rains, hi Malaf, Timaeus, there will never be a map. British, this is a 3-year now, FE. Kettle Logic, ha ha ha, Dr. Zach. Muscular rock lover. Muscle car. I keep saying muscular, it just looks like that. Jed, kick rich, he passes gas in elevators. Sweetheart, lol Vinny, Laurie Gale. Lol Vince. Rob S, if you read this comment, you wasted 3 seconds. Delise, lol muscle. Jordan Range, Jovan Shitstirrer. Jovan Shitstirrer. I've heard of Jovan something. Martin for Flat Earth President says D Truth. Angel Raven is now in the house. Caw. Right, it's cold. Laurie Gale, did the orphan accuse me of being mean again? Delise, lol, pish. Rob S, just wanted Jed, read that. Sweetheart, lol, Laurie. Victoria Sarton, fuzzy, wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Flat Earth British, opinions are one thing, but could say the truth? Muscle car, no, I have sorted that, Laurie. Laurie Gale, thanks, Vince. Tony Danzer, are you smoking a Dubby Dubé, Jed? Timaeus, I had the album, Chumbawamba, pretty good for the time. Oh, Chumbawamba, that was Acid Park Life, eh? Jesus, that was Blur. They get knocked down. Right it up again. The song Mary Mary was the best track. With respect and civil, you can ask me anything. I'm an open book, says Martin. Well, I hate you girls falling out, says Muscle Car. Victoria Sarton, Law Rob, F Sweetheart. Vince, thanks for that. Tom Foolery of the International Space Station. Martin, do you drink urine? D Truth, lol. Victoria Sarton, I don't cough anymore. Rob S, lol. Effie is dead because Patricia turned into Hollywood since Camillo. Laurie, did she really? Ha. Martin, God, no, that's disgusting. I never said that, or I did, or would. Angel Raven, lol. Yes, sin, at one of Dell's stupid therapy sessions. Since Camillo, geez. No, Starguz, it's not over. I've not started yet, says Martin. Jovan Trendmaker, Jordan, fail, troll, reigns. Jordan did try and come on and troll me, but I think he ended up actually getting into the conversation rather than trolling. Tom Foolery says, what do you think of the potatoes drinking and promoting piss drinking? Would you still kiss Patricia on the lips after a wee cup of piss? No way. No way. Like I said, guys, that was nothing to do with alternate medicine. That whole piss drinking stuff was like to show your loyalty. It was to humiliate you. It was just to bend you into that cult mentality. If they've got you drinking piss, they've got you doing pretty much fucking anything. Sweetheart, piss breath, Tom. Ugh, I can't even imagine. Tom Foolery, lol. Since Camillo. Jed, great show. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Since Camillo. Victoria Sarton, you're asking Martin that? Antonio and Pat's drama was on the cards from start. Two gigantic egos, says Tony. Rob S, flat earth ain't dead. We just moved on our journey through the waking process. Just testing. Very true. Golden showers people do that kind of thing, says Cheech. Right. Okay, there was another thing I was going to go over. And because I deleted it in my last hangout, I still think it's important to be on a video somewhere. And it is Antonio Subarat's daytime, nighttime video. Right? Right. I've kind of came to the conclusion that that was all made up by sound bites and images, and that shit was put together. Somehow it was done that way. Whether Antonio consented to it or not, I'm not sure. But it was rewound for certain things. The words were put in there. It was either a really sophisticated pretend hoax, like a hoax prank. Like, we pretend to do a prank on you. You pretend to be offended. But at the same time, it generates a lot of attention and stuff like that. So it could still be like one of these hoax pranks, but it was edited heavily. Nonetheless, it was, because I looked through it, I was rewinding shit, I was scanning it, and especially after Antonio's video with the sound bites, because I couldn't have found that when he was saying flat earth asshole, and that's where they got the asshole part. When Antonio said flat earth asshole, that's where they got the bit for lick my asshole. Or lick Martin's asshole, but it was fucking disgusting anyway. But anyway, my point is, and I'll screen share. My point is, guys, whether this was a hoax or not, and Glenn and that could be cool, whatever, but they put these subliminals in it, and these guys only last a second. From the point where you see it come up and disappear. 49 is when it starts showing. 50, it's practically gone at 51. That's probably the longest one. That was just over a second. And that's the Eye of Horus, the side of Antonio's head here. And we all know the Eye of Horus, it's like linked to occultism. There was recently a story which you've seen. I don't know, hangout. I'm not sure if it's still there, if I deleted it, but there's a weird cult, a satanic cult, down Wales, and they all wore the eye Horus on their arm. Aye, but strange. So, really, really subliminal stuff. Really quick. Like that. That's how quick it was. The next one that comes up, and you can barely see it. That's how you know that's why you know it's a subliminal hidden, because it's this is deliberately put in and it's deliberately done quick, right? So it's 2:52 there, right? 2:52, you can barely see it. You can barely see it at the left-hand side of Antonio's head. Well, his right, if he was looking at me. But now at 2:53, you can see the pentagram, the satanic pentagram. 2:53. See, and by 2:53, it's gone. So it's like half a second, that one. The pentagram was like half a second. It's like half a second. Really subliminal shit. Really subliminal. And the next one's the Freemasons. The Freemason badge. There it is there. A few people asked me about this one, but I deleted it. Right, so 258, it's just appearing in the smoke. Just appearing. And then by 259, it's practically gone. Looks like there's even an eye in there somewhere. Looks like an eye looking at you. It does. It almost looks like an eye. Almost looks like an eye. Look at that. Looking right at you. So, like I said, whether this was a joke prank played on Antonio, whether these guys were just having a laugh. Like this subliminal shit. And we know it's satanic. It's not like they're putting up flowers and just whatever in the background. These are deliberate satanic symbols. So whether Antonio's aware of this as well, the guys have put it in there. I'm not sure if, apart from me, anyone else noticed it. Right, anyway, guys, that was the last thing I was going to kind of round up on. Like I said, I've been watching Dell's stuff lately, and they're just going around in circles. They want you to make a claim. You make a claim, and they say it's not true, and that's it. Because they've not seen it, they've not observed it with their eyes. It's not true. Just like I've not been to Australia, so it doesn't exist. Right, have a wee quick look at chat. I hope everyone had a good Christmas, guys, and I hope you have a good New Year. Anyone new in the house? No. It's just a crap vid, Jed, says Tony. Tomfoolery, low. Sexy, says Rob. And he called Jay very bad things. That at least something good he's done if he stopped that, Laurie. No way, Rob. Not in daytime, nighttime. I used to hate it. Patty is like 65, isn't she? Says Delise. Her sweet hair. Really, Laurie? Since Camillo? Patty just bought a house. How if Antonio said she was broke? All this cash is coming in from a reality show. Reality show being played out on all the channels. Lift the chode. It's a brown eye. Jovan Trendmaker. This video is too good quality. It was recorded in a studio. Victoria Sartin. Antonio Laurie? Flat Earth British. I don't care who you believe. Maybe look at Freechan and tell me in all honesty what you see is sane. Laurie Gale, yes, I waited up until 12:30 AM but got to talk it out. So Laurie Gale spoke it out with Antonio last night. Ooh. Laurie Gale gets about, eh? Laurie Gale gets about. Angel Raven. Car commercials are the worst for subliminals. Muscle Car. It was drama and a trap for Jeff, Star Gods, and Dan Pratt. Aye, but I fell for it and got a copyright strike. Victoria Sarton, do tell Laurie. Martin, yes, Jed. Laurie Gale, I showed them all my proof. So this is to do with the Adam Joseph thing. God knows, guys. Like I said, to make those kind of claims, Adam Joseph Doty exposed himself full frontal, like nudity, and sent pictures to people. There must be some kind of proof to back that up, because that's strong stuff. Strong claims. Martin says, not really, Tracy. I will. It's part of me flipping, you know. I would think of you guys. Sweetheart, Al, Richard, Clark. Okay. Oh, never mind. You're talking about Patty, lol. Rob S. I'll talk less monotone now. Laurie Gale, I may drop it for now. See what happens. Richard Clark, I cannot see a PPK building anything. Music man, I chew my arm if I woke up next to it rather than wake it. Daytime, nighttime, sexy, but great show. Muscle car rock lover. Well, drop it, Laurie. Adam flashed. I asked a friend who will remain a secret. Who wants to dance? Says daytime, nighttime. Sweetheart. Okay, Laurie, you know well. Thank you so much, Tracy. Martin, yeah, man. Sweetheart. Yeah, always. A New Year's Flat Earth Sophism shill. Excellent show. NY. And cheers, Tim. Sweetheart. Vic, I have a pic of AGD flashing people. Go see my last vid. It's at the end, lol. Victoria is the best kept secret. Rob S, I'm not even going to say that. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ, man. See that Rob S guy? He needs a slap in the face. Anyway, like I said, I deleted that Christmas hangout I had with Vancouver because Vancouver freaked out, started making videos against me because they thought I muted them. Totally took it out of context. I didn't even know what happened. I'm just trying to enjoy Christmas, guys. Get what I mean? So I deleted some of the hangouts. I don't know what it's going to be for next year. I don't know if I should just focus my energy on something else. Because like I said, when I was watching the Beyond the Imaginary Curve, past two hangouts, they've degenerated into a fucking shitfest. Just, like I said, I was cringing. I wouldn't want to be part of that. And it's very controlled. Every time I've had a hangout, it's been kind of randomly me. I've got Laurie on, got random people on. It has been quite off the cuff. But you notice Dell's got this sort of formula now. He's got this John guy, like I said, the rambler. He rambles when it goes quiet. Whilst Dell's looking in chat, John's the rambler. And Tim, what's he called? Teen Foiler. He sits there and says nothing. In the last three hangouts, he's maybe said altogether about 20 sentences. If that. So he's just sitting there looking at he's moderating, he's kicking, blocking, whatever. They're too scared to hand out the link now. So that's the way it's going to be. They should have built up a decent network first and then started doing hangouts. But now, who do you trust in Flat Earth? Who do you trust? You can't trust the Globers, like the whole NASA pushing guys. You can't trust them completely because they'll just believe anything. And you can't trust all these Flat Earth sophism weirdos because they've got other agendas. It's so clear to see. But at least Bob, Eric Dubay, all these people, they've all kind of supported some kind of model. They've always pushed a Flat Earth model or map or something for the Flat Earthers to visualize, to get their head around the whole Flat Earth theme. But Dell doesn't want to even put himself against the model. He doesn't even want to be related to any Flat Earth model. He was saying tonight that he's going to dress up like the scientist with a white suit on, go about the streets. No way. There's no way. Like the way he sits in hangouts saying the globe cult. Come on, he must have people in his family that believe in the globe. Again, it's like everybody that believes in the globe's a cult. People would be laughing at him if real people looked in and seen him for Paisley and heard what he was saying. They'd be laughing at him. He's so far attached now to reality. He's getting this hangout bug because the hangouts are addictive. Like I said, I've had quite a few hangouts, and I've had quite a few good hangouts. And that one with Vancouver, to me, it was good. Bad audio with Vancouver all the way through, and it's no big surprise that he was cut off at the end. To me, I didn't see it, but if that's what happened, it's not a surprise. You need to get an external mic. I didn't like wearing this stupid thing on my head, but I know that. Well, this is a decent Mac, mind you. It's maybe got a good mic, but you need this. You can't start blaming people about turning your mic off if you've not got a decent mic in the first place. So Vancouver, there's no hard feelings. Like it's one of these things. It's just flat earth, like you said. Friends, we didn't need friends. So I deleted that. It had about 1,300 views. It was getting, but like I said, guys, I'm not in it for views. I didn't care. I just want us all to like talk on the same level. And the way Dell's talking in these hangouts, this is no what I visualize. Maybe I'm an idealist and I want to see the perfect scene. One that's not too fucking stupid and too new agey, and one that's not too devoted to NASA. I want this perfect balance, and I just can't seem to get it. I can't seem to find anyone. There's a few good channels out there though that I enjoy watching and are again really good. And people. That's the thing about Flat Earth. I've made some horrible enemies, but I've made some really good friends with some people, and that's a good thing about 2016 Flat Earth for me, was the people I interacted with. I made my videos to begin with and they were funny and people were commenting laughing, but now I'm interacting with people, actually connecting with people, and it's good. And most of those people have been flat earthers, and there's never been any animosity, and there's never been depression talk, and it's just, I didn't know what flat earth is turning into. It's turning into, like Dell used to say before, emotions. It is emotions, and he's always been emotion based. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, I've got 52 viewers in, but I've ran out of things to talk about, and it's getting late here. It's 2:45 a.m. I'll have a quick look at chat, but I'm not going to ramble on if I've not got anything to talk about. Did I even write in and doing? No. Spherical Earth Committee. The circumference is 25,000 miles, so no, the curve drop is 0. Right, okay. See, we have some globe proponents in the chat, which is always nice. I like to see a nice mixture of globe and flat earthers. But like I said, guys, I hope you have a great new year. I hope you had a good Christmas and Santa was good to you. It was good to me. Look, I got a new jumper. And I just hope that in 2017 that flat Earth come to the realization that they've not got the proof to convince anyone. I've tried. I wanted to believe in flat Earth. I'm conspiracy minded. Like, I wanted it to be true. I did. I really did. And I was looking for things for it to be true. And I was ignoring things to contradict it when I should have been really looking at it. That's why it's took me so long. But I stopped ignoring the obvious facts. Like a lunar eclipse, I actually started really studying phases, moon phases, with my own eyes, making my own videos. Phases and eclipses. And I've made 2 video eclipses. I've made a lunar eclipse video and a solar eclipse video, both with my own eyes and my own fucking observations. And the lunar eclipse it's a killer one. It's a killer, guys, for the globe. If you really understand lunar eclipses and moon phases, you'll understand that they're not the same. The shadow on a lunar eclipse, like on the moon, is the Earth's shadow, which is And you can say all day long you don't want to look up at the sky, but like I said, you have to look at everything to know your reality. You need to observe everything. If you only look at a small piece of the pie, you're never going to get anywhere. So I just think that this sort of it's starting to build up, and I've noticed Dell's getting more viewers, man. It's weird. I don't know if people are just going in to laugh at him. But if he's going to get that many viewers, people need to start chatting some sense in the chat, because I was looking at the chat and it was just crap. It was a crap night, and Boxing Day was a crap day. And I just hope to generate some decent hangouts. I'm kind of playing with different formats right now. I'm trying to build up a wee community of people, like a cult. Not a cult, but I'm trying to build up a network of people that I can trust, so I can just give them an email, send them the link, and they're not going to send it to idiots that are going to snipe my channel or sabotage me or doing it porn bomb me or anything like that. I've watched these hangouts over the months and realised that you can't just throw the link out willy-nilly. You have to put it to trusted people. And once you get a decent panel of trusted people, you could probably get a decent conversation going. But it's just hard right now to get this format going. And right now, I've built up quite a few people like Validation Boy, Laurie Gale, and even Tim Osman. Even Tim Osman, I've got to say, like, he's more than welcome back on a hangout with the people I just mentioned, because he'd done nothing but behave himself on my channel, and he's been respectful. And I can see what he's doing right now. I can see it's we need Tim Osmans in this kind of scene, and it takes the pressure off me as well. Anyway, guys, I'm rambling. Like I said, hope you had a great Christmas. Have a great New Year, and I'll see you all next time. See you later.